a sailor, you love the challenges. And I think it's going to be challenging, but it's going to be fun too.
It's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a bit of a marathon.
And really challenge your way of pushing yourself, even if your battery is on zero right there, you have to keep pushing.
It's not easy, but it's nice.
You have to be always alert. It's not a race that you set your sails and you go for miles. If you do it, you won't make it.
This will establish itself on the calendar, I have no doubt.
I've done all of the other 600-mile races around the world, but this one is one that, being a new race, I haven't done, so I'm very excited to be here.
I've been following the growing of this event since the beginning, and very happy to be here now, to be here today. This new 600 miles race is going to join the biggest, to be recognized as one of the largest ocean races in the world.
With offshore racing holding a prominent position among the preferences of many sailors, and with Greece being a country with rich sailing tradition and deep connection to the sea, it is only natural for an offshore regatta to establish its significance within this country. The Aegean 600 was first launched in 2021 and has quickly become a must-attend event in the international sailing calendar. Attracting a record-sized fleet of 45 entries from 17 different countries from around the world, the third edition of the Aegean 600 was destined to be the largest yet in the short history of this new 600-mile event. The Maxi class was strongly represented this year with 11 boats, and given their performance prowess, they represented a significant threat to the existing course record.
First year we were only 3 Maxis. There were 4 last year, but 11 this year. So again, this is very concrete sign on how much Maxi owners appreciated the event. The Aegean 600 is happy to welcome more and more Maxis again in the future.
Before heading out from Olympic Marine, teams were able to enjoy the convenience and ambience of a new modern, fully serviced marina. The superb location and facilities enabled teams to attend all of the pre-race functions that included the skipper's briefing, safety seminars, and any preparation work needed before the race. Its location was also convenient for taking in some of the rich history in the area, such as an organised tour of the Temple of Poseidon at Cape Sunio, which every year provides the perfect setting for the start of the race. A warm-up race was also scheduled so that the crews could get themselves and their systems ready for the main event.
Είμαι πολύ ευτυχής που είμαστε για τρίτη χρονιά. Θα προχωρήσουμε κάθε χρόνο και καλύτερα και μεγαλύτερα, αλλά αυτό είναι η μεγαλύτερη προβολή της Ελλάδας μας, διότι η Ελλάδα είναι η θάλασσα. Οι διεθνείς συμμετοχές μεγαλώνουν συνέχεια. Τα MAX είναι μια κατηγορία πολύ ιδιαίτερη και με μεγάλες απαιτήσεις, αλλά βλέπω τον ενθουσιασμό που περνάνε από όλα αυτά τα νησιά.
Aegean Sea is a great place to sail. I have to say, we've been here, we enjoyed so much the race. It was great to sail here 600 miles in the middle of the islands. And so we decided that one was not enough and we want to come back to the Aegean 600. So we're here. We hope to do better, even better than last year.
The fleet 8 of 45 entries were off to a spectacular start just under the sea cliffs of Cape Sunio, with the ancient Temple of Poseidon as both a fitting backdrop and perfect platform for shoreside spectators.
It's going to be very exciting in the beginning, you know, it's going to feel like a sprint right off the bat, and then we're going to settle in and it's going to be quite a race, 600 plus miles, so, you know, upwind, downwind and everything in between. It's going to be a challenge, it's going to be a bit of a marathon.
The main actor is the wind, and you can be guaranteed that in July here there will be some wind. Because there are some other races that in the middle of the summer, with all the change, you can be caught in a situation with no wind. Here, you're almost guaranteed to have winds. Lighter or stronger, but mostly stronger. So stronger means action. And this kind of crew, they like to have actions, and these actions also becomes challenging because of all the island, the change. So the scenery is very nice, and the water is not cold. So if you go some other place, you get all drained and all wet. Here, you get wet, but it's warm, so that's okay. It's more comfortable in a way.
It's offshore, it's like, and especially on the Aegean Sea, with such a strong winds hitting you 24/7, it's a different challenge. First of all, mentally for the crew, it's a different type of preparation, and really challenge your way of pushing yourself. Even if your battery is on zero right there, you have to keep pushing. And of course, all this tension, all this stress is also, of course, on your rig and on your sails, and they should be able to perform in that manner.
Watch system is going to be variable depending on the conditions. We like to maximize our weight out on the rail. It's very important for these boats. So that will be as to be determined. We'll set up a schedule, but whether we exactly adhere to it or not will be a challenge.
In the venues we go, you don't find good winds all the time. At least in the Aegean, you will find good winds. And sometimes in the Aegean it gets a little bit too rough. But on the other hand, if you're a sailor, you love the challenges. And I think it's going to be challenging, but it's going to be fun too.
Race is very challenging. There's first of all a major tactical challenge, and making the right choices can mean the difference between winning and losing. There is a physical challenge. We have experienced this before, and we are looking forward very much to experiencing that limit again.
Going out in the middle of nowhere, and you have to compare yourself with the elements, with the sea, the wind, and sometimes you find conditions which are not easy, which are not, how to say, comparable to what you will find in a windwall leeward, that if it's more than 30, they'll stop the race, everybody home with a coffee. So for sure the elements, the fight with them, which has not to be a fight, otherwise you will lose for sure. Great sailing, you can enjoy sailing at day, sailing at night. It's a really important sense of freedom.
The offshore sailing it's completely different story. You are not going for the race for 4, 3 or 5 hours and you're coming back for a nice hotel. But you have to sail, you have to concentrate, you have to keep the boat on the speed for day 2, 3, maybe 10. So it's not that easy because you can't sleep, let's say 12 hours, you can't sleep 6 hours, you are sleeping maybe hour, 2 hours or 3 hours, and then you have to back on deck and working hardly and keep the boat fast. So it's not easy, but it's nice.
Every edition of the Aegean 600 brings the crews around some of the most iconic islands in the Aegean Sea, including the spectacular transit of the fleet through the scenic caldera at Santorini. The strong Meltemi breeze helped the fleet get through this gate much faster than in previous editions. Since the very beginning of this offshore race, there have been entries that showed the potential of making history. After rounding first at the course's southernmost turning marks at Kassos and Karpathos, where the Meltemi was at full strength with both high winds and rough seas, Leopard 3 continued its lead into the second half of the race, all the way to the finish line. She reached Cape Sunio in record time, smashing the existing course record with a new mark of 45 hours, 5 minutes and 25 seconds. The Volvo 70, I Love Poland, also crossed the finishing line faster than the previous record with an elapsed time of 50 hours, 27 minutes and 45 seconds.
The feeling, of course, is relief, because this is quite a tough race. You're 4 hours on and 4 hours off, and it means you have little sleep. Yeah, then you get more emotional, etc. But it's very nice to see the temple in the distance and then the finish line right under it. It's a fantastic feeling.
It's a little bit different to the other 600 milers. Obviously the Fastnet, Sydney, Hobart, Caribbean 600. This one's a new race. It's, as I said, it's perfect for those that want to stay in the warm, sunshine, great sailing. Windy, this was a windy race for sure. This will establish itself on the calendar, I have no doubt. I mean, the hospitality is fantastic. It's well run, so it will grow.
So for us it was first Aegean 600 race. We are very happy that we already did it. It was quite tough. As I remember, it was always, everybody said that the Caribbean 600 is the hardest one. But for me, definitely this one already took the first place after one edition, in which we took part.
After the record-breaking speed of the first two finishers of the Aegean 600, the strong Meltemi wind conditions that propelled them around the racecourse had abated considerably, making the final approach into the finishing line a light air challenge for most of the fleet. Despite these light conditions towards the finishing line, there was still some strong competition among several finishers in the Maxi class.
Tutte le condizioni di tempo, vento, bonaccia, e penso che possano venire moltissime barche a fare questa regata, che è veramente una regata marina. Soprattutto in luglio, qui nell'Egeo, io penso che sia una regata di quelle che potrebbe avere molto più successo e molto più riscontro.
It's 3 out of 3. We did compete in all 3 Aegean 600. We are very happy, very tired, and hopefully very satisfied with the results.
With several milestones achieved and nearly 500 sailors competing on the Aegean Sea, the 2023 Aegean 600 had further proven itself as an important challenge worthy of the attention from all offshore sailors. A highly varied set of weather conditions, along with a demanding racecourse that tests seamanship, navigation and sailing performance, presents a challenge to even the most experienced teams from around the world. And the outstanding level of Greek hospitality before and after the race is unmatched among the world's top offshore races. This included a vibrant closing ceremony that bonded all the participants together, sailors, sponsors and organisers, as well as their families and friends.
My first time competing in the Aegean 600, I was imagining that it will be a very good race with spectacular views, but what I saw, what I experienced was way beyond, and I am thrilled and can't wait for next year.
Interesting race, a marathon, and we were really proud that we made it. And I think my impression of the race is we're really impressed that everyone stuck with it. Everyone pushed through, even in really difficult conditions, and unless people were stuck with other reasons, everyone made it to the finish line.
There's no other sailing playground in the world that matches these parameters. An environment that is of an amazing natural beauty, and at the same time local effects that make the racetrack really tricky. So that's what makes it really amazing, and that's why it's really something that every serious sailor has to experience.